Hi everyone, this is Madan Sirkunda, currently working as an intern with Overseas Infobyte in the stream of web development and design. Now I am going to do a task as a part of my internship, so let's get started. And now my task is creating a temperature converter website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So for this, we need a VS Code installed in our PC. So now I have already installed the VS Code. Now let's open VS Code. And I have imported the folder temperature converter website, as I have already completed this. Now I am going to explain all about this. As you can see here, CSS folder, in that you have background image. I have used this as background image for my website. And you can see here style.css file, and this is the CSS file in which we have given the styles for all the elements in the website. And here you can see JS, which is JavaScript, and in this JavaScript folder you can see app.js, and the code here I have commented all this code to explain in detail step by step. And now let's open our index.html file. As you can see on the top, it's showing doc type HTML. This defines that this document is of type HTML, and the language HTML language here used is EM, that means English. And coming to our head tag, generally we have two main tags in any type of HTML file. One is head tag and another one is body tag. Now coming to head tag, you can see here meta, capside, UTF-8, all these codes. And here you can see meta, capside, UTF-8. Meta is a tag used for specifying some data, and this data will not be displayed on the page. Metadata is used by browser for how to display content or reroute page, and for search engines for ranking the web pages by using keywords, etc. And here you can see UTF-8 and char set. Char set means character set. UTF-8. UTF-8 stands for Unicode Transformation Format, 8 bits, and it is the preferred encoding for email and web pages. So now we are going to create a web page, so we have used UTF-8. And you can see in the next line, viewport name is equal to viewport and content is equal to width, device width, and initial scale 1.0. And this viewport is the user's visible area of the web page. It varies with the device, and comparing to the computer screen, it will be smaller on the mobile phone. And viewport is used in setting the viewing portal to make your website look good on all devices like mobile, tabs and desktops. And now you can see here link. I have copied this link from Font Awesome CDN link, since we are going to use some icons and fonts from the website Font Awesome. So I have imported this link. And you can see here title temperature converter. I have commented this. On the next line, I have imported CSS links by using link tag, and you can see here rel style sheet and h reference is equal to CSS. I have my style CSS style sheet in the CSS folder, so I have given the following link. So now let's try to open our web page. For this, you need to install live server in the extensions tab of your VS Code. You can see search for live server and install that. I have already installed, so let's continue with it. Now go to your HTML file and right click anywhere and select open with live server. Now you can see your website has opened. You can see here your website's title as index.html. So now let's open this in a small tab. As you can see, it is displayed on the right side and your VS Code is on the left side. So now let's uncomment this title section and save this. Now you can see here temperature converter, it was updated, since this title tag is used for naming our web page title. And this is about head tag. Now let's open the body tag in our HTML file. Coming to body tag, and I have imported the JavaScript file. I have connected JavaScript file to this HTML file by using script tags and src source CSS. I have mentioned the folder and file link here. And coming to div, here you can see here, coming to the top of the body section, div class is equal to container. Since we are keeping all this in a container, and we should give styling to that container, so all the elements like title and our Celsius tab, Fahrenheit, Kelvin and button, all these will be included in that container. So all these are kept inside this main div tag container, and div is a tag and class is an attribute. And coming to div is a block level element which always starts on a new line. Generally, a block level element always takes up the full width which is available on your web page. Coming to class attribute, it is often used to point a class name in style sheet. Here we have pointing container. In our next step, by using the CSS file, by using this container class is equal to container attribute, we will style all this. And let's uncomment the next section. Let's save it and see what I meant. As you can see it here, temperature converter, and we have mentioned it in using h1 tag, and we have named all this. We have included all this h1 tag, span tag and iclass tag inside the another div section, and named it as class is equal to title. Here h1 tag, and generally tag we have 6 types of tags, h1 to h6 tags. These are used for headings, and h1 defines the most important heading and which is larger size, and h6 defines the least important heading which is of smaller size. And you can see here span class is equal to temperature icon. For styling the icon, here you can see it, this icon we have kept it inside a class is equal to temperature icon, and I have copied this icons, this link from the font also icons. And let's uncomment the next section, save it and see. And now you can see it here, a box containing Celsius and degree Celsius symbol with 2 upward and downward arrows. And we have kept this all this inside another div section which is I have been given ID as Celsius. You can see here input tag which is used to take the input from the user, and the type is equal to number. For this box we have mentioned our type is equal to number. Generally we have so many types like number, name and email, etc. So we are going to give number here. So here I have given number, and you can see placeholder Celsius. Placeholder in sense, if you don't type anything, it will show, instead of showing empty box, it will show some value. Instead of showing empty, here it is showing Celsius. When you type anything, it will go away. This is about placeholder. And you can see in the next line, span class is equal to icon, and hashtag 8451. This is the code for the hashtag. In the next line you can see span class is equal to icon. Inside this span section we have provided the code for the icon and hashtag 8451. This is the code for the icon, degree Celsius. Now let's uncomment the Fahrenheit and Kelvin sections. As you can see, I have uncommented the Fahrenheit section and it will have displayed same as Celsius. Now let's do the same for Kelvin, and same like Celsius and Fahrenheit, Kelvin was also displayed. And here the placeholder was Fahrenheit and here the placeholder was Kelvin, and the codes for these symbols were also given. For Fahrenheit it's and hashtag 8457, and for Kelvin it's and hashtag 8490. We also need a button on the down here. So let's uncomment this section and see what happens. Now you can see a clear all button was displayed. By using button tags, we have named the button as clear all, and we have put it inside the div class button. These are all the elements we needed, and this is all about our HTML file. So now let's move on to our CSS file for styling the elements. As you can see, I have opened the style.css file, and I have also commented all the stylings. Let's go step by step. Now let's uncomment this first section, and you can see this is for here I have mentioned star and a block containing box size in border box. This will be applied for the whole section, as you cannot be seen clearly here, but it will be applied for the whole section. And let's uncomment the next section, and this is body section. In HTML file, for this body section we have styled by using CSS file, and the display is flex. Here flex was used for making the website responsive. That means when opened in mobile and tab and desktop as well, it will be flexible. And by using justify content and align items, we have centered all this in the center of our web page. And I have provided the minimum height as 100 VH, and background image I have provided a background image. This is the background image I have used, and I have provided the URL for that background image, and background size was auto. So let's uncomment the next section, which is of container, and this is of body tag. For body tag, we have not used any symbol here like full stop or hashtag. And in the next section, we have used a dot for container. Since it is a class attribute, we need to use a dot. Since we can see here, this is the body tag. We have not used anything here in the CSS file. And next, container, it is a class attribute we have given. For this, we need to use dot, and I have provided the max width as 450 pixels and background color as maroon, as you can see here, and border radius as 10 pixels. As you can see here, arc shaped bending, this I have given as 10 pixels. And box shadow, I also have provided box shadow, which you can see here, which is 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 15 pixel and 3 pixel. And the back box shadow color was I have provided as black color. And coming to the font family, I have given sans serif. You can see it here, the temperature converter, since all this clear all button, all these are displayed in the sans serif font. And I have given padding as 20 pixels, and you can see it here. For every element, before and after, some space was there, that is called as padding. I have given that as 20 pixel. Now let's uncomment the next section. The next section was title. In our HTML file, in the title section, we have provided temperature converter as our website name, and an icon here which is copied from font awesome website. All this comes under title section. In title section, we have selected the display as flex and justify content and align items as center. So these are centered, these both are centered. And flex wrap is wrap, and this means when you increase the size of this temperature converter, automatically this icon will go downwards and this temperature converter will go upwards. Like that, this flex wrap is used, and gap is equal to 10 pixels. Here you can see the gap between this temperature converter and this icon. This is 10 pixels. Now let's uncomment the next section. And the next section is about temperature icon. You can see in our HTML file, this is a span tag we have provided temperature icon class. Now we are going to style further. As I have mentioned, the font size is 40 pixels, so the size of this icon was increased. And color I have given as white. And let's now uncomment the next section, h1 tag. Since it is a tag, we don't need to use any full stop or hashtag before this block. And you can see it here, the color of the temperature converter, it is h1 tag. Since it is h1 tag, the color was changed to white. And letter spacing I have given as 1.2 pixels and font size as 30 pixels. Now let's uncomment the next section. As you can see, all these three boxes were aligned center. By using justify content and align content, I have centered them. And display I have provided flex and margin top. You can see the gap between them. This I have given as 25 pixels. All this you can see here, these are the input attributes. So that's why we have provided an hashtag before them. And we have used at a time 3 of them, so we have separated them by using commas. And now let's go to the next section and remove this comment. Here we can see input. We have not used anything before this like hashtag or dot. Since it is an input tag, you can see in our HTML file. For Celsius we have provided input, and for Fahrenheit I have provided input, and for Kelvin also we have provided input. For all these three, by using input block, we will style this. We have provided flex as by height as 60 pixel. Let's save this and you can see the changes out there. I have provided height as 60 pixel, this height as 60 pixel, font size as 20 pixel. You can see the Celsius size was increased. And font weight, that means the thickness of the font, I have given as 600. And text align I have centered the text by using text align center. And border and outline I have given as none. You can see there is no border and outline here. And border radius is 10 pixel, 0, 0, 10 pixel. Here it is 10 pixel, here it is 0, and here it is 0, and here it is 10 pixel. We have provided here 4 values. The first 10 pixel is for top left, and the next 0 is for top right corner, and the next 0 is for bottom right corner, and next 10 pixel is for bottom left corner. And padding I have given as 0 and 10 pixel. If we provide only 2 values, that means the first value is for top and bottom and the next value is for left and right. Since here I have provided the top and bottom values as 0 for padding and left and right values as 10 pixel. You can see here, this is left and right, the gap is very high. So since I have given it as 10 pixel and top and bottom it was less, I have given it as 0. So now let's uncomment this next section and save this. You can see the icons were displayed with colors in the background. By using dot icon block, we have tiled all these icons. You can see in our HTML. Here class equal to icon we have provided for Celsius, and for Fahrenheit class equal to icon. See, you can see for Kelvin also. By using icon block, we have styled all these 3 icons. Flex I have provided as 1, height I have given as 60 pixel, and line height as 60 pixel. Line height intervenes this gap, and height is this. And padding I have given as 0 and 5 pixel. 0 means top and bottom, and 5 pixel means left and right. And text align I have centered the text. Font size I have given as 30 pixel, and font weight I have given as 550. Background color I have given as yellow green, and color for these 3 icons I have given as white. And border radius 0, 10 pixel, 10 pixel, and 0. 0 on the top left corner here, and 10 pixel on the top right corner, and bottom right I have given 10 pixel, and bottom left I have given 0 pixel. And now let's uncomment next section. You can see the button was centered. I have given in the button block. Let's open our HTML file. Here class is equal to button. For button we have provided class equal to button. By using that class attribute, we have styled our button. margin top I have given us 30 pixel. Here the gap between the Kelvin box and the button is 30 pixel, and text align is center. So now let's give some more attributes to our button. See, the button size was increased and the color of font also changed. And here the border and outline I have provided none. So here you can see no border and outline. And padding I have given us 10 pixel and 30 pixel. That means on the top and bottom 10 pixel, and on this left and right sides 30 pixels. And font size I have given 20 pixels and font weight 600. Border radius I have given us 5 pixel. Only one value is given, so all sides this value will be taken. And cursor is equal to pointer. So when you take your cursor on this button, you can see it will display a pointer. You can see it here on the right side of this window. And transition I have provided as 0.3 seconds. This means when we reload this page, the button will be displayed 0.3 seconds late. Let's see. As you can see, the button was displaying late. And now let's provide some hover effects to this button. By using button attribute dot button and button is to hover, I have in this block I have provided the background color as green yellow. So now you can see when I take my cursor on this button, the background color will be changed. You can see it here. We can also change this color of the font and many things by using hover. So I have limited this only to change background color. This is all about our CSS file. So now let's go to our JavaScript file. Here I have opened a JavaScript file. All of these contents are commented. So now let's go step by step. Let's uncomment the first section and save it. Here you can see let Celsius input is equal to document dot query selector, and inside brackets you can see a backquote and hashtag Celsius greater than input. And here let is a keyword. By using let keyword we cannot be able to declare a variable. That means once this variable Celsius input was declared, we cannot use again by using let keyword. And variables defined with let must be declared before use. So I have declared it here in the HTML file. And similarly for Fahrenheit input and Kelvin input and button also I have used let keyword. And you can see here document.querySelector method. This returns the first element that matches any of the specified CSS selector. I have specified here Celsius, hashtag Celsius input, and the first element in this is hashtag Celsius, and similarly hashtag Fahrenheit, hashtag Kelvin and button. All these will be taken as arguments of this method. And now let's uncomment the next section. Here function round number is a method which takes the parameter as number and returns the value math.round number into 100 by 100. Here in return math.round we have used number into 100 by 100. This is because after the decimal point we need only 2 values. So for that we have used 100. If we need only 1 value we may use 10, or if we need 3 values we may use 1000. Like that this was used. And now let's uncomment the next section. Here we have provided the code for converting Celsius to Fahrenheit and Kelvin. And in this Celsius input.add in event listener method, 2 parameters was provided. The first parameter is the type of the event. The type of the event was input. And next we have provided the function. If the input was given, the function will be called. So that's why we have provided input as first parameter and function as our second parameter in the method Celsius input.add event listener. And coming to let ctemp. Ctemp is a temporary variable and let is a keyword. And parse float method, in this parse float method we have provided Celsius input dot value. Whenever we enter the value in this Celsius column, it will be taken and given to this ctemp variable, and by using this ctemp variable with the formula of converting Celsius into Fahrenheit, we will give that value to F10, and similarly the formula for converting Celsius to Kelvin, and we will convert that and give to K10. As you can see it here, ctemp into 9/5 plus 32 is the formula for converting Celsius to Fahrenheit, and ctemp plus 273.15 is the formula for converting Celsius to Kelvin, and we have given the respective values to Ftemp and Ktemp variables. And by using round number method, we have given the values of Ftemp and Ktemp to Fahrenheit input dot value. So that's why when we enter the value here, you can see it here in this Celsius box. When we enter a value, automatically the value will be displayed on both Fahrenheit and Kelvins. So now and also you can observe that when you enter anything in this, the values will not change, since we have not coded for these two tabs. Like for Fahrenheit and Kelvin we have not coded. So now let's code for these two as well. So let's uncomment these two sections. Now you can see that we have provided the formula for converting Fahrenheit to Celsius and Kelvin, and as well as Kelvin to Celsius and Fahrenheit. So now these three boxes will be available to provide values. We type the input in Celsius, it will show in both Fahrenheit and Kelvin, and also if you type the value in Fahrenheit table, it will show in Kelvin and degree Celsius, and if you type the value in Kelvin, it will show in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. And since this button was not working, let's give the coding to this button. And you can also see in these two sections the formulas were given for converting Fahrenheit to Celsius and Fahrenheit to Kelvin, and given that values to ctemp and ktemp, and thus the values in ctemp and ktemp were given to Celsius input value and Kelvin input value. And similarly here also they have provided the formulas for converting Kelvin to Celsius and Kelvin to Fahrenheit, and given these values to ctemp and ftemp, and the values in ctemp and ftemp we have given to Celsius input value and Fahrenheit input value. So now let's code for our button. So let's uncomment this, and you can see the button will be operable now. When we click here, we have provided click as our parameter. When we click that button, the values will be displayed as null. As you can see inside our inverted commas, we have not provided any value, so it will also be, it will show nothing inside that boxes. Here Celsius input value is the value of this Celsius table, and Fahrenheit input value is the value of Fahrenheit table, and Kelvin input value is the value of Kelvin table. Here Celsius input value is the value of Celsius column, and Fahrenheit input value is the value of Fahrenheit column, and Kelvin input value is the value of Kelvin column. So now let's see what happens when we type something in Celsius. Since it was not showing here, we have not uncommented properly. So now let's give it a try. As you can see, when we type in Celsius, it is showing in both the tables. So these three tables are linked to each other. Now by clicking on this clear on button, all the data will be cleared, since we have coded this for the button here in our JavaScript file. And this is all about our temperature converter website, and let's see if it is responsive or not. This is how our website will be displayed on the large screen, that is desktop screen. And now let's see how it will be displayed on mobile and tab screens. Let's close this window. Now you can see in mobile it will be shown like this, and in the tab it will be a little bit wider. Like this it will be shown in the tab, and in the desktop it will be shown like this. and this is our final temperature converter website. Thank you.